what's up guys, Steven here. Welcome back to another comparison video, and today we've got a special guest right over here, Chris Viral from Viral Records.
Viral Records. And in this video we are going to compare our hoverboards. Steven, he has the original IO Hawk and I am not jelly, not even once. And we're going to compare this hoverboard with my cheap China hoverboard, aka the Tiger board. Dude, this one is worth around 900 euros and I paid around 230 for mine, so yeah.
So before we start the comparison to see what are the different components or what you can see on the inside, we'll first of all have a closer look at the IO Hawk, so what you can do with such a device if it's really worth the money. And after that, we are quickly comparing a Chinese hoverboard, aka the Tiger board, with the IO Hawk. If you're more interested into that DIY project, or however Chris calls it, you can find a link down below in the description to check it out. Yeah, now let's get directly started and let's do this.
Hawkboards are very popular, but are they really worth it? Now IO Hawk claims to produce the best-in-class Segway boards. Hoverboards in general are available from $200 to $1,300. So before we talk about the price difference, let's have a closer look at the product. Now IO Hawk changes the way you travel. It has dual balancing and it's very smooth to ride. It weighs 10 kilograms and has a maximum load of 120 kilograms. It's easy to carry around, and the 4.4 amp hours battery at 36 volts lasts for around 2 to 3 hours or 15 to 24 kilometers. Charging takes around 3 hours from 0 to 100%. The hoverboard can drive with a maximum speed of 12 kilometers per hour, which already feels very fast, even though there are hoverboards with 20 kilometers per hour. It's splash waterproof, but you shouldn't drive in rain. So Chris' hoverboard died during a rainy day. Another cool thing is that it has 0-degree cornering. That means you can fully turn around while standing. It also has 2 blue safety LEDs, a beep speaker, a charging status LED, 2 driving modes and 2 wireless remotes, to lock or to switch between beginner mode. However, it has to be turned on by using the button next to the charging port. So how does driving feel? When I tried the hoverboard first on the CS, it almost kicked me off. But learning it is really easy. Now it takes you just 5 to 10 minutes to learn to relax on it, because that's the most important thing. And then it gets really addictive. It's important to relax and get fast on the board. It's balancing itself, so you don't need to compensate the movement. If you do, you will shake like a rattlesnake and it will probably kick you off. Once you got it, you don't want to go anymore. So the IO Hawk is also really stable and it can drive on stone plates, over cracks on the road and small elevations. The motor is quite loud, and once you drive too fast it will beep and reduce the speed, which feels a bit uncomfortable and almost kicks me off sometimes, because it's like kicking you back a little bit and throttling. So that could be smoother, but all in all the IO Hawk is a lot of fun. Too bad that it does not have Bluetooth speakers, and that would be a lot of fun. So all in all, great build quality and also very responsive. But well, what's the difference to Chinese knockoffs? Why are they so cheap, and are they really the same? I would say let's go and let's find it out.
Alright guys, so let's do this. And first of all I want to mention that I've got a fancy remote control. Actually not only one, I've got 2 of them, while Chris has a remote?
No, 0.
Oh, this has so much style. Alright, so from the outside they look quite equal, right? So we have almost the same chassis, but he has some kind of tiger foil on there, which really adds style factors. I think that's plus.
Swagboard.
Plus. Alright, so we're now going to take off the back cover, so it's really easy to get to the main components like the whole PCB and the battery, and we just have to unscrew all the screws here on the bottom plate right over here, and then we can take off the bottom plate here. So I would say let's go and let's quickly do this.
So we unscrewed it like before.
Of course.
So there we go.
Exactly.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh. Alright, so first of all I want to mention that my PCB boards are green and his ones are blue. That's the main difference. No, seriously, the battery looks almost the same. What's on your data sheet of the battery? Like the amp hours? I can't read it. So my battery is really 4.4 amp hours at 36 volts. So if you multiply that, you get to the watt hours, which is around 158 watt hours, which is really damn a lot. And you can drive around with this thing for around 2 to 3 hours or 14 to 20 kilometers. And I think the range is really a lot, so we just charged it every 3 days, and it was really a lot of fun. So what's about your battery, man? Because those chunk batteries are usually crap, but the battery pack looks almost the same from the outside.
There you go.
So there we go. His battery pack has 4.4 amp hours at 37 volts. Oh, that's even more than my battery pack, but it looks smaller in size, right? No. Actually, the size looks almost the same, so I can't really tell you if there's a
What the fuck?
loaded capacity.
That's what you get when you buy stuff from China.
So battery looks almost the same. How much hours did you get? Or how long could you drive with one battery pack?
Around 3 hours.
Alright, so capacity seems to be almost the same. But there is one thing, so his Tiger board is actually broken because water came inside. The cool thing here is that at least here on the outside there's some super glue over the connectors securing it of splash water. But here on this PCB, so on the right side here, I can't really see any water protection. But no, there's no seal on the inside, right?
And this one.
Yeah, but here, along the plastic chassis, no. Was the seal on yours?
No. And I think the water penetrated through, I think, through these holes. And yeah, after 10 minutes it was dead.
The chassis looks almost the same, so really completely the same. Same goes for the connectors, while his connectors looks really fucked up, just secured with super glue. And they look really better here on the IO Hawk. Same goes, for instance, for the cable sleeve, which goes to the LEDs. It has some nice sleeve, while here it's just a blank cable, but looks quite okay too. Alright guys, so we did take apart the batteries, and we have here the Chinese battery. The Chinese battery claims to have 37 volts and around 4.4 amp hours. So this one here is 36 volts and 4.4 amp hours, but this would result in a higher capacity for the Chinese battery. But the Chinese battery seems to have almost the same cells, but it's not that heavy. It has 928 grams, and this one here has 978 grams, so from the IO Hawk. So it seems to be like the IO Hawk battery is a little bit more powerful battery, but still for the price there's not such a huge difference, so the difference in capacity won't be really a lot. But if you have a look at the inside, then Chris, tell us something about the build quality of the whole chassis and everything.
Yeah, I've already taken this apart, and as you can see the heat sinks are kind of integrated, and well, it just looks like crap. And when you compare it to the IO Hawk,
you just have to look here directly into the middle, and the aluminum looks way better milled. So here you can't see any sharp edges. While
yeah,
here
you don't have residues or
residues, anything in there. So if you have a look at the Chinese hoverboard, then actually if you feel the edges here, it feels very rough and not really good. Also here the coupling on the inside, well, it's not wobbly, but it feels a little bit smoother, I think, on the IO.
It is wobbly. Let's check.
Really?
It is wobbly.
So just to quickly summarize, the heatsink for the transistors looks way better, which also makes sure that your hoverboard is not going to burn down, and also the whole chassis. I mean, there are no sharp edges and it feels just great. The soldering joints are looking better too. I don't want to even speak about the cable management on the sleeves because, well, you've seen it for yourself. Regarding the battery, now I couldn't take apart the battery pack to have a look at the cells because this is a sample from IO Hawk and I have to return it. And yes, I don't get money for the videos, I'm just doing this here for you to check it out. Well, the motors were good on both, but I can't tell you the lifetime, so on the long term. But many of those ship now with 350 watt motors per wheel, and I talked with some Chinese suppliers and they told me something like Tao is the way to go, so probably you should have a look at that. Now honestly I have to say the IO Hawk is very expensive, but it also feels totally different when you drive. And I will also list you some different manufacturers down below in the description so you can check them out. But now let's come to the final conclusion.
So far I can tell just by having a look at it without knowing about the old electronics, so I can see an ARM processor, but well, I'm not really sure if it's better hardware than here. but still the build quality, how does it put everything together, looks way better. If you just have a look at the connections, the cable sleeves, and the aluminum here on the inside, looks really way better. But you have to decide for yourself if you want to waste 900 on such a hoverboard or just buy like 4 Chinese hoverboards. So what's your opinion? You've driven both, and what are actually the differences?
Okay, first of all, it's kind of sad to see like that there is such a big difference, but on the other hand, like, what did I expect? And yeah, I tested both of them, and I have to say, this one is like a car without ESP and all this technical stuff. It's more responsive, but on the other hand, this has more safety regulations. For example, it starts to turn slowly and it gets faster, so...
Yeah, there's a real difference, but I can't really tell if it's worth the money. So I think 900 is way overpriced. So what do you think?
Definitely.
Definitely. So if it would go down to $499 retail, I mean, that's okay, because it's like double the price of a Chinese hoverboard with way better build quality. But 900 seems to be like an overkill just for the rich people.
And I don't think that it is, that this is waterproof. And if I would buy another one, I would definitely buy another China board and just make it waterproof with heat glue or something like that.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that was our quick comparison between the IO-Hawk and the Chinese hoverboard. So let us know down below in the comments what you think, so what hoverboard you would buy. And yeah, Chris, where did you get yours?
Yeah, on Alibaba, you probably know it. There you can buy stuff directly from China for a very cheap price. So as I said, I paid around 230 euros for mine.
Now, yeah, leave us a comment down below what you would buy, and probably if you have a hoverboard, and tell us your experience about those cheap Chinese hoverboards. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now thanks for watching. Check out Chris' channel, it's down below in the description. It's Chris Rival from Viral Records.
From Viral Records.
And yeah, see you very soon in the next one. Have a nice day, and bye bye, guys.